All right, guys, we are going to be starting off with our next game very shortly. So sit on tight. We'll be going in a few seconds here. Now, I did give the edge to make 7 up years. I didn't really feel the draft out of Lurk Patrol, especially a double mage, double tank with a Muradin as your solo laner. It just seemed a little too unconventional without the ability to do what I thought needed to be accomplished, especially against a team that could dive, and you couldn't really counter dive to get to the medic. So making sure everything is good to go. Yep, looks like we're good. All right, so let's hop on into the draft now and pop up the poll as well simultaneously. All right, so we're back in the draft, and we got ourselves Garrosh Rayner as the band. So a little bit of Jimmy respect here. And finally, we're going to have the Blaze and potentially someone like a Deckard Cain being banned out. We're going to get the Asmodin as the ban. So that's perfectly fine too, especially if you want to pick up maybe Deckard in the first rotation. I feel like in this current meta that a lot of times the first two picks are often stronger than first pick. Yes, you can pick up some really solid heroes in the first go around, but you can pick up kind of like a prime tank and a prime support simultaneously. Now, I wouldn't doubt there's our support pick for number 1, and Urel being led through, of course, is going to be seeing some action here. Now, we could see a global Dahaka. We could see. We're going to see the Gul'dan once again, and we're going to see the Sonya alongside. So this leaves the bans open, and it does make him quite vulnerable, in my opinion, to getting support banned. Obviously, you can ban out the Decker Kane. You can ban out. We get the Oriole ban instead, so that pairs with Gul'dan. Now, that's fine, but they'll probably just pick up Deckard like they did last game, anyways. So who do you ban out? This would probably be a main tank ban or an assassin ban at this point. I think the main tank ban is probably a little bit better because the variety of choices is smaller, and that's exactly what they're going to do. Is take out a tank because the pool that you can choke on is smaller, like I said. Now, the ETC ban is very interesting. I'm assuming it's because they're going to draft a team that has limited to no CC outside of like the 4 or 5. So if you have someone like an ETC who slides onto a Gul'dan, well, there's a good chance that you get a major mosh in that sort of scenario. But I'm not really sure ETC was going to be the pick because you had Muradin available on the table. Johanna's still available, and Muradin obviously is kind of like the more all-around general if you don't need the wave clear. And at this point, well, they They are lacking in wave clear on Make 7 Up yours. Hanzo is not good wave clear until later on. And even then, it's not amazing wave clear like a Jaina, for instance. And on the other side, we have Ana and Medivh being picked up. So this is quite the spicy draft. I like this a lot more than the previous one. And we're going to get Kel'Thas as the wave clear now that they so desperately needed on this side of Make 7 Up yours. And you might be thinking, why not Jaina over the Kel'Thas? That's mostly because her range is shorter, which means she has to get on top of someone like Gul'dan much closer, which means she eats all of his Qs. Kel'Thas, on the other hand, has better survivability with his gravity lapse, has a further range, and with the double warrior, he can do percent HP damage. So these two teams look much more balanced than the last game. So we'll see if Lurk Patrol can pull out the W for this game. I'm going to still favor the Make 7 Up yours ever so slightly based on how they performed in game number 1. But let's jump on into game number 2, and well, the past of the past, and we're now living in the present, or I guess that's past now, and so let's go to the future. We got Radic on the Sonya, Ector on the Ana, High Def on the Gul'dan, Ace on the Diablo, and finally, can't see his name, but it is Gunny on the Medivh. On the that'll be Lurk Patrol. On the other side, we got 7 Up yours on the Yrel, Sukiyaki on the Invisible Horse Hanzo, Funk Panda on the Alexstrasza, Tribulation on the Muradin, Akash once again on the Kel'Thas, and that is going to be, I think I missed Sukiyaki on the Hanzo. No, I did say him. And that is going to be Make 7 Up yours. So, things starting on off, fast and furious. Per usual, we will see the Mana Addict. Nothing out of ordinary, Live and Let Live coming on up here. And we have the Light of Karabor coming here. Interesting. Don't see that very often as the choice. Murad is pretty much like the 100% go-to, I'd say. We also have Perfect Storm. On the other side, we have Devil's Due, Piercing Darts, Raven's Intellect, Furious Blow, and finally Pursuit of Flame. So one thing to keep in mind is with Pursuit of Flame, he'll be able to play much safer, but there's a lot less damage output potential for this side of Lurk Patrol now. Additionally, we have Furious Blow instead of something like Tough as Nails. To be fair, I can understand potentially the logic behind this. Ace going on in, spotting it out, but has very little distance to go. Sorry, lost my train of thought there. Ace had no one else nearby, but does manage to actually walk on back, let Tribulation jump on in front of him so he can shadow charge his way on out. And thanks to the portal, everything's fine and dandy. So, Make 7 Up yours, showing once again a little bit more macro control. And there is a pause. So, let's discuss the Furious Blow here. The reason why you might pick this up is because look at their team. Their team basically has no auto attacker, essentially. You might as well consider Hanzo a mage for all intents and purposes, because almost all his damage comes from his abilities. So if you're basically not getting autoed, why would you take Tough as Nails? Well, then what about Warpaint? Thing is, most people wind up going Hurricane at level 4, which drops your cooldown to roughly 2 seconds, which means the amount of time you're autoing is very low overall, which means you're not actually getting very much value out of War Paint. Now, if you take Furious Blow, however, the logic there would be, well, every fourth slam you do is going to do, more damage, and it's going to be free. So, like, if you're busy spinning to win, all of a sudden, well, let me also message them outside of the game. Now, Furious Blow, on the other hand, well, you can get value out of it after you stop spinning, and maybe in between 2 or 3 spins, you'll get it to proc, get the extra damage, and get it for free. All right, so unfortunately, I couldn't see chat. Was still trying to see what was going on. I don't know why there's times where chat is not seen by observers, and it's quite awkward. I've never figured that out. Oops, sorry, fat fingered. All right, so wave clear is pretty even overall for both teams. Anna going on getting the overdose, fours being hit across the board. We also have the gift of Naru. So this will help with the healing output overall. We got double Lurk patrol in the bot lane in the meantime, and objective A going to be started rather shortly. So make 7 up here showing a little bit more macro. What? Showing a little bit more macro control as well. They start up their camp, get it ready to go. What does that mean? Okay, apparently Muradin is bugged out. I don't know what that actually means. So Tribulation being bugged right now. But the good news is that they have, started the camp. They'll be able to get some value out of this. And on the other side, Alert Patrol has not started anything. So at this point, they will have to deal with this. I mean, the siege camp is going to defend this wave. They're not very effective. They're kind of like the goats on Infernal Shrines. They're pretty mediocre. Oh, I guess we still have a bugged out Muradin. There's only a single pause remaining, however. All right, so we're gonna sit on tight. In the meantime, now let's take a look at the stacks we have. We only have 4 stacks of simple geometry, 1 on Pursuit of Flame, which is actually very little, to be honest. At this point in the game, it still should be hitting more than 1 person. We got 8 stacks on the Mana Addict and 2 on the Piercing Darts, 55 souls for Black Soulstone, 8 on the Arcane Rift, and 2 for Muradin as well. So apparently, Muradin's abilities were casting on cooldown, or his W was casting on cooldown with no input. And so Murden completely bugged out right now. So he's left the game and restarted. Now, Sukiyaki has not gotten very much out of simple geometry yet. Over here will be where kind of makes or breaks like how his simple geometry stacking will go. We also have on Radic Shot of Fury. This is not a very traditional choice, and he's going a slam build. I don't know when the last time I saw someone go a slam build on Sonya, largely because it basically cuts down her survivability to pretty much nothing now, because she loses out on the ability to get out of the slows and roots. Although in this case, there's only one. There are two slows: Murden slow and Urel slow, and I guess technically Alexstrasza, if she hits him twice, it'll slow him down. Now, otherwise, she also has a longer cooldown on the whirlwind. All right, Murden's back in here. We'll see if everything is fine and dandy now. So, Lurk Patrol has started things off with taking over the objective. 7 up yours, however, sitting on the point. Gunny taking a big chunk of damage. Nice protect coming on out. And a 7 up yours trying to get him off so they can start taking on up in favor of make 7 up yours. So they do manage to do so. It'll slowly tick on up, and it is 40% for Lurk Patrol, who will now have to go and respond to the top siege that managed to clear up and generally protect, the top lane. Sevens will be here very, very shortly. So Urel is doing, something really smart here. Go down, soak the lane, and in the meantime, they're actually going to go and pick up the turret as well. Remember, they have a turret already in tow, and because it's gone on so long, they now have 2 turrets, and they have the healing camp ready to go. So great macro out of the side of Make 7 Up Yours. This is going to be very hard for them to win between double turrets and heals, and let alone you're facing a Muradin and a Urel. Very nice stun coming out onto Ace. Radic is already pretty low. It's coming on in for Sukiyaki, trying to spin to win, but it's not going to be good enough. And we have Sonya, aka M&M, not taking home a Grammy tonight. Double turrets were used, and this early objective will help a lot. We do have the disable coming on out. Unfortunately, I'm not going to get much value as it hits a wall after the turret already goes down. Now, they are chasing in tow, and High Def does need to be careful as he is already at roughly, 50% HP, will be starting to get healed up. Sukiyaki needs to hop on over that wall. He is being hit on back. There we go. Jumped on over. Nice and safe. And they take down 1, 2 more turrets, giving themselves a full level lead here. In the bot lane, 7 up yours, taking a chunk of damage with Radic spinning to win on top of Urel's not so beautiful Harley Quinn face. Now, without the traditional spin to win build and the talents that are associated with most Sonya builds, it might actually be working out for Radic in the bot lane overall with the increased DPS that she can still spin to win every now and then, and not going to be able to solo spin in a lot of cases because, well, 7 Up Yours has a stun that they can use pretty much instantly with her trait, which will cause it to be instant. Tens are still a good chunk of time away for Lurk Patrol. Now, I think they'll be able to get this before the next objective, but at this point they have to play significantly more passively due to that heroic disadvantage. We once again have the healing and a turret available for the side of Make 7 Up Yours. And this will definitely be critical in the next fight, the additional healing output. And we are talking about Alexstrasza here. So Alexstrasza will be able to jump into dragon form as well. And she does have some potent AoE healing. So the combination of which will make it much harder for any AoE damage to really matter for Objective B. Focus now, take out a well, and make it much easier to win the next fight. He's coming on into Sukiyaki. The overpower will be coming on now. Very nice gravity lapse will dissuade Ace and crew from continuing on forward. And, well, this has been a relatively kill-free game. I mean, 8 minutes in, and we still only have one death at this point. Taking a look at how the talents are doing, we have 25 on the Mana Addict. We got 26 on Pursuit of Flame, only 4 on Piercing Darts, 33 on Arcane Rift, only 6 on Perfect Storm, and 13 on Simple Geometry. At this point, I'm willing to bet that Piercing Dart will not be completed before the game ends, at which point Ana is going to be very neutered in total healing output, unfortunately. And it's generally pretty critical to long-term viability or late game viability of Ana, that Pierce. So Make 7 Up Yours gets in position controlling Objective B. There comes Gunny with the ley line seal. Radic on top of Akash, dropping the gravity lapse. And there is the APOC. APOC not going to do anything. The fear and the Horrify coming on out as well. But the dragon is angry and burning through Lurk Patrol. That is 1, 2, 3. High Def going to be next up on the list. And oh, Tribulation missing the stun. And only 3 kills for Make 7 Up Yours. So, very big team fight for Make 7 Up Yours. Not only do they get a kill, they get 3 kills. And they almost get the Gul'dan. Then they get the support camp. They will be getting the objective. They're up a talent here, and they have double heals and a turret. That's pretty redonkulous. So this is going to really hurt. So they might just march on down to the bot lane for Objective C, so that way they prep it once again for the next team fight. Keep the objectives relatively easy to take by preventing them from ever tapping for the fight. And if they can't tap and re-engage, well, the fight is generally going to be yours. And in most scenarios. They also do have a wave here, which is going to help them push on in. We got the rotation from Ace coming in from the backside. No engage onto Funk Panda. But Gunny coming through that portal, looking for someone, and everyone just left, leaving them kind of hanging out with without anything to do. Leyline Seal's going to come on out. The root onto Radic, 7 Up Yours on top of him. Ace is in no man's land right now, and before he can pop through that portal, he's been popped like a pustule. And following him in tow is Gul'dan, and 7 Up Yours coming on in, going to knock on back too, and they're looking for more blood. And I don't know if they'll be able to get it. 7 Up Yours getting turned on by Radic, taking a nice spear to the face, but not going to really do too much. Make 7 Up Yours is in a ridiculous lead at this point. They have double turrets, double heals. Next objective, they're going to be a 16. And I don't believe it's ever going to happen. 16s for Lurk Patrol. And at that point, well, Lurk Patrol is pretty much doomed. You can't recover from a 3-level deficit in what will probably be a level to 2-level deficit versus a protector without making some insane play. Looking for the gank is pretty much the go-to. You have to sit in a position where you expect them to rotate and try to get a kill before they go and, well, just continue on their path to victory. Because at this point, this is their game to lose 100% on Make 7 Up Yours. Taking a look at how the quest progression has gone, we got Pursuit of Flame done, 36 stacks on Mana Attic, Simple Geometry done, only 9 stacks on the Hammer at this point. We have 10 stacks now actually on Piercing Dart. So this is actually gone significantly faster from the 4 than it did before, and it should actually be much easier with, you know, double Pierce available for Ector. At this point, Make 7 Up Yours can do whatever they want. They should just basically walk on in with their creeps and basically take down every structure they can, which in this case is going to be the fort. Leyline Seal going to come on out. APOC is not going to be used, and really a big cooldown wasted. Ace coming on in, APOC coming on out, but that was one dry APOC. 7 Up Yours coming on in, and there is a Horrify to try and disengage from the situation, and it looks like they have actually saved everyone. Seven Up Yours coming on in for Radic? Oh, yeah, they're coming in for Radic. Tribulation, though, fortunately, 7 Up Yours actually knocked him closer to the gate. At this point, they now have, I believe they'll have 3 turrets. Yeah, 3 turrets available and 2 healing packs, or healing biomes, I believe is the proper name of it. There's literally nothing that can be done. They are not walking through 3 turrets, 2 heals, and a talent advantage. So all they do is camp Tribulation on the point or Urel on the point and continue getting more and more stuff. Hell, they can use a turret right now to get the next turret. That's how many turrets they have available to them. So 16s have finally been picked up here. It's already at 40%. 7 Up Yours should have the Divine Seed to be able to run it back down instantly. Oh, Ace coming in for the rotation. Sukiyaki having to be careful here. And he will be popping on through that portal. 7 Up Yours. There we go. Tribulation coming off on the point. They're fighting in a very tight space. APOC coming on out. But the Leyline Seal interrupts the APOC. And now they've wasted a lot. Ector going to be going on down here. We got 7 Up Yours on the backside. Ace trying to get the kill on 7 Up. But it's not going to work on out. Tribulation going for that final kill on Gul'dan. And my God, this is absolutely brutal from Make 7 Up Yours. Let's kick it over to the replay. So we have the Leyline Seal and APOC come on out. And wow, that pretty much screws up the combo and any chance they have of winning that fight. And you can see Radic is all alone, separated from his team with nowhere to go. And I mean absolutely nowhere to go. So at this point, they have 20s, 16 versus 20. Yeah, this is insane. They can do whatever they want. I don't know if they're going to try and core here. This is still a pretty healthy protector, and they have 20, so there's nothing else to lose here. Gunny is gone down already. The Leyline Seal did come on out. Dragon's Arrow has connected against 2, and they are chasing on in. They are looking for the blood of the patrol. Oh no, Ector is down. Ace is down. High Def. And it is 1, 2, 3, 4, and that is going to be GG. Let's kick it on over to the replay once again as well. Oh no, it was stuck in replay. It never switched over. Oh well. You can see the little action there. Well, they cleaned that up pretty fast and pretty furious. 16 versus 20. Unfortunately, I don't think they have time. They might actually have time. I think their next game is in 26 minutes. So let's take a quick look at the stats here. We have a 35,000, 27,000, 48,000, 46,000. Sukiyaki and Akash just blowing right past high def. 7 up years, only 8K away from high def. High def is closer to Urel than he is to Akash or Sukiyaki. Now, Radic putting out okay numbers, not enough to really do much, but at the same time, with that level deficit, there's not a whole lot they can do there. Now, in terms of tanking, Ace took a lot of damage. And you can see 68,000 damage. Sonya 48,000 damage. Urel and Tribulation significantly less damage overall. And the healing numbers, Ector just pumping them full of heals, putting out another 9,000, but it was not enough to save the day. As well, all that damage, they killed people before they basically took damage on the side of Make 7 Up Yours. So congratulations to Make 7 Up Yours, because they really played one hell of a game in game number 2. Let's see if anyone wants to do an interview, so sit on tight in the meantime.